know, for whatever reason. We've had storms today, and apparently we're still dealing with fallout from that because our internet connection dropped for just a moment. But looks like we're back. I don't know. We're on our second caution. This was just a car that got a little too far sideways and triggered a yellow flag. No one actually ends up wrecked. We'll go look really quick at this 2 car. I just think he had company. Yeah, it's right there. That 21 car coming out. Might have been Schaff. It was Jay Schaff that came back. And pulled it up on the track. And it was enough to trigger the caution. So it looked like Turnbull's car was fine. He's about to come out. The pace truck's coming in, so he's got to get on the track before they get the green flag. And he'll be around the apron getting up the backstretch there right as it falls. With 27 laps to go, we're back at it again. Shazinski still out front, low second. Edens now making his way up to third around Brett Strickler. Edens using the inside in the 52. He's picked up 7 spots in 5 laps. It's a pretty good run up through here. Out up the backstretch. Ooh, a blink, and it got me off kilter a little bit there. Sorry about that, guys. But Edens is making his way by on the bottom. He's up to second, and he is charging. Edens going for the lead off of 2. Couldn't quite get the momentum. No bite, no launch. And Shazinski hangs on. Still at the line. It was Shazinski by about half a car. Caution once again. Sam David. And is he going to have a problem? That's a 321 car right there. He's right behind Hayden Cardwell. Oh, yeah, a lot of contact. So get them unhooked and see if they can continue. Keep rolling. Shazinski, Eden, Strickler, Lowe, Tucker, Huffman, Gray, Pettit, DiBiase, and Roberts are our top 10 right now. Chris Roberts hanging tough up here. Started 13th up to 10th. Big charger right now has been James Edens. He started 10th, and he is up to 2nd. Tanner Pettit's picked up 10 spots. Just inside the top 10, back in 8th. A lot of laps left in this still. And we're back to green flag racing. Let's go see where Rylan Gray and some of these other guys are. Gray up to 7th. He started 16th. Tanner Pettit is right behind, but on the outside, and he had a good run around the high side of 1 and 2. Boy, he's got that car flying around the outside. Caution, once again, Aja Case and J.D. Brown. And these might just be guys getting too close together too early. Oh, car into the fence. Yeah, that was Aja Case, and he collects J.D. Brown. And I believe Hayden Cardwell got a piece of that as well. So about 13 laps in, and close quarters racing. And this is a small track, 1/6 of a mile. 3 cars retired at this point. J.D. Brown, Hayden Cardwell, and Aja Case all look to be retired from. And there go a couple of them. There was Cardwell and J.D. Brown rolling out after a little bit of work in the infield. But the green flag is back out. We're back underway. I think Shazinski figured out that the bottom was working for Edens, and he is going to try to get down in there and cover. Whoa, big move from Kendall Tucker. Up underneath Strickler. Got Strickler off the bottom. Now they'll go at it side by side. Comes Huffman around the outside of Lowe back there for 5th, 6th. Side by side, Tanner Pettit, Rylan Gray. That's no longer side by side. Hoffman got around low, and it looks like Pettit is going to do the same. These two running right up on the rim. Jonathan Lowe staying right on the bottom. Keeping the 20 car locked in on that inside line. It's taking these guys a while to get around him, but it looks like they will finally clear as Pettit goes by now. Everybody now migrating to the bottom. Contact, Strickler, Huffman, and that just bottles Low up. He ends up down on the apron. Cars wrecking out of turn number 2. There's a caution. Let's go see if this is who I think. J.D. Brown's a piece of this. DiBiase's right there. That's just multiple cars not being able to occupy the same space in time at the same time. So we're getting down to it. We're just about to 10 to go here. Shazinski, Tucker, Edens, Pettit, Tanner Pettit now your hard charger. Picked up 14 spots, put himself in the top 4 with just about 2 handfuls of laps left in this thing. Strickler 5th, Huffman, Gray, Roberts, Black, and Rumsey from not even in the field, taking one of the provisional spots for a alternate. And now he's up in the top 10 with a few laps left here. Yeah, about 9. Tanner Pettit has been using the outside of this racetrack. Passing cars left and right. Now he's got the guys that have worked their way up on the inside in front of him. Tucker going to move to the high side to try to go where Shazinski's not. And Kendall Tucker, wide out of 2. A lot of momentum. New leader. And he's leading it at the right time. I don't know if he got that completed there. I do know Brett Strickler had a big crash. He is going to get it down here in turn 3. I don't know if he catches the fence the middle of the backstretch. Oh, just enough. It unweighted it, wouldn't let it turn. And then J.D. Brown finds a piece. We're checking to see. Looks like Tucker had the lead. Waiting on that pace truck. No, he did not. He did not get to the line before that yellow flag came out. That's going to put Shazinski back in front with just about 4 laps to go. So Tucker got it to work, and then right before he could make it stick, got it taken away. Pace truck's out of the way. We're about to go green, possibly for the final time. Tucker tried to time it up and almost snookered himself with 6 to go. It was 6 laps to go. I thought we'd run more laps than that on the last restart. But now Edens saw what Tucker did. He's trying to do the same. It's getting bottlenecked there at about 4th or 5th, and we're going to catch caution once again for Jay Sheff and maybe Dustin Steinman. See what happens to that DeWalt number 21. Oh, you got McMillan got out of shape and collected him. And Steinman just got an ugly piece at the end. Innocent victim. Seven cautions. We are right at the end of this, too. When it's time to give that golden driller away, everything starts to ratchet up a little bit. Shazinski, Tucker, Edens, Pettit, Gray are the top 5. Huffman's still 6th. Roberts, Rumsey, Black, and Henselman are the top 10. We have 17 cars still on the racetrack. A couple of these are looking like they're laps down. Strickler and McMillan look like they're laps down. They'll probably reset that once we go green because the caution laps shouldn't count. They shouldn't lose any laps anywhere. Pace trucks out of the way. Ready for what could be the final restart. And we'll have it with just 4 laps remaining. Tucker is trying to go anywhere that Shazinski's not and make it work, and he's getting close. Just not quite there. 2 to go this time by. Now Tucker's got the outside. He'll get by getting into 3 and 4 if he can make it to the line. White flag will be out. The next flag ends it no matter what else happens. Shazinski up the hill. Little tire to tire touches right there. This time Tucker shuts the door on the entry to 3 and 4. Kendall Tucker. Stock wing. Tulsa Shootout champion. Shazinski, Edens, Pettit, and Gray, the top 5. So our first 30-lap feature, run and done. Kendall Tucker. And we will see if Mr. Tucker makes his way over here. Let's show you the results. As I said, Tucker, Shazinski, Edens, Pettit, Gray, the top 5. Rumsey, Huffman, Roberts, Elby, Black, Henselman, Pickle, Turnbull, Lowe, Strickler, Schaff, McMillan, DiBiase, that is through 18th. Steinman, David, Cardwell, Brown, Hine, and Case rounded out the field. Kendall Tucker, Roger Wagner, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. The first driller of the night is going to be in your hands, and you had to do it twice in the same manner. And the laps were shrinking there pretty quickly. Did you believe you could get that done a second time?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had him there on that first time when we passed him around the outside, and I guess we just didn't have him at the line there on the previous lap, and that next lap when we did pass him, we just didn't get back to the line, I guess. So I didn't know if we'd have another shot to get back around him or not, but I just was not really getting the best restarts on him, just trying to get it wound up for a lap and on the bottom, and then I was just going to try to send it up there to the top and just see what happened. I know I wasn't going to pass him on the bottom. He was sort of getting woed up a good bit on that bottom, so I figured if he could slip up just a little bit, or even with the speed he was running, I could get by him there. So it feels good to get the first driller, so hopefully we can maybe get 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, it looks like the way that you guys are able to practice the tracks in and get them ironed down, that it was opening it up for 2 lanes. The bottom was really good for a little bit. The top was good for a little while. There at the very end, you got it done on the top, but it looked like it was a lot harder the second time, and that might have been a case of he knew it was going to come.
Yeah, I mean, the track, it was not bad. Couldn't really ask for much more. It was maybe just a little bit too locked down on the bottom, but from my vantage point, when I had to go to the top, I could make it work. So just not real sure, but just for the most part, I just made a lot of my moves there on the bottom early in the race and just sent it up top there because he was, hugging that bottom. So hopefully the rest of the track still we get the rest of the night, we'll get that slick and we'll maybe be able to move around a little bit more.
All right, man. Some quick shout outs before we let you get ready for stock non-wing.
Yeah, just got to thank all the boys at Alpha. Just thank you for the broadcast, and thanks to Chris and everybody at DOB for the league. It's been a good time this week.
All right, man. Congrats on the first one. We'll be looking to see what you can do in round number 2 here.
All right, thank you.
Kendall Tucker wins your first driller this evening, and the guy that led the vast majority of it and got snuck around on the high side at the end of it. Alex Jasinski, he did it to you twice, buddy. How'd you let that happen?
I don't want to leave the bottom, I guess. That was my biggest mistake. It's not normal for me to run a race 30 laps on the bottom, but I did. So going in that last corner, I just knew he left the door open just enough for me to kind of put it inside him, hope to get him loose. But didn't happen, and he won. It was a good race.
Well, you're going to go after him again here with the non-wing, hoping for better results, obviously, but you're starting a whole lot deeper in this field. What do you think you got going here?
Try not to wreck. I'm not as good in the non-wing cars. So I'm just going to try and live the first 10 laps and then see if I can actually race people or not.
All right, man. Well, give me some quick shout-outs before we let you head for that second server.
Yeah, I got to thank all the Black Diamond guys, Ross Grinta, Velocity Race Design, Tim Nichols, Zach Rounds, Nate Davis, all the BDM guys that still race on occasion. I mean, it gets hard in the summer months, but, in the wintertime where most people are, home, off-season stuff, so it's kind of everyone's home and able to race, so it's kind of been nice having them around, and, yeah, just a good start to the new year.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Good luck in round number 2.
Yep, thanks.
Alex Jasinski finishes second in stock wing, and now the guy that finished third, we kind of watched him most of the week. He's had up and down results, but James Eden's a third place in the first one. Hopefully going to give you a little bit of momentum when we get ready to start this next one in the stock non-wing.
Yeah, for sure. We start on the pole of the stock non-wing here, so after a good run there, we got good confidence. Just got to get out front, not make any mistakes, and hopefully hang on for 30 laps.
All right, well, the way the track was with the stock wing cars, are you hoping for a little different racing surface, or are you hoping it's kind of slick like it looked like it got there, so it opens up the whole racetrack in this one?
No, I mean, starting up front, you definitely, prefer the one-laner because then it's hard to get past. But, I mean, I want what's, if it gets racy, it gets racy. It'll be fun, That's what we're here to do is have a little fun. So hopefully it's a good race.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs real quick before we all head over for session number 2 here.
Yeah, I just got to thank all the guys at Alpha Industries and then, Chris and all the guys at DOB and you for broadcasting it.
You betcha, buddy. Good luck in the stock non-wing. I know you're starting up front. You're going to have to hold them off, and you got a pack of hungry hounds behind you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
James Edens there finished third in the stock wing, but the driller went to Kendall Tucker. Charged through the field to get it. So now we'll get ready to go over here. We are going to wait to log into this new server. We're going to go take a bathroom break, and when we come back, the next 30-lap feature, stock non-wing, will be on the racetrack.
Too much Jack and too much Jim. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I reach over for an ass, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in my life love my fans. But if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people wanna live like me. It's 'cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Roll into town, got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got blues like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt the dream. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star. We had a bad goodbye this time. She's as good.
All right, we made it back, folks. And we are watching them iron the track after some track work with the stock non-wing class. You can see James Eaton and Graham Huffman on the front row for this one. Logan Rumsey not starting at the back and having to get in on a alternate. He's going to start inside of row number 2. Rylan Gray, Will Clapp, Adam Elby, Tanner Pettit, Brett Strickler, James Turnbull again, Jay Schaff, Alex Jasinski, Josh Pickle, Chris Roberts in the stock non-wing as well. We'll see. It looks like Nate McMillan, our first alternate, has made his way, and I don't know who is missing from the list. I'm going down through here looking. Aja Case, if one other driver doesn't make it, he'll end up being in here as well. I just saw Ryan Avila pop into the server. He's going to start about 10th in this thing. Avila's always quick. Didn't have much luck in his qualifiers, but he scored enough points to keep him starting inside the top 10. Hunter Owens, is that? I don't see Hunter Owens' name. He was scheduled to start 11th. So we'll see. Who else is missing here? Man, everybody, it looks like everybody else might have made it. One of the names I don't see as well, Blake Deppinett, is not in here. So if he doesn't make it, looks like we're going to get our 24th driver logged in, and everybody's going to make it. We're going to have an alternate in there at Nate McMillan. Where is Blake? By the way, they're going to give these guys enough time. They're going to try to get that the track ironed pretty close to the way it was for the stock wing category. Had guys on the inside making passes, guys up top being able to make runs and get around guys. I had a few more cautions than I think they would have liked in that first race, but to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And overall, pretty good race. Mr. Herman, morning. Dude, you do know that it's like 8:15 in the evening, right? Sorry, I got a message from one of my customers in my real job telling me how satisfied he was with the lighting that we chose for the outside of his shop. And I was very concerned about that. Not that he's picky or that he's, tough to deal. It's just I wasn't thinking that those lights were going to be very good. Yeah, I was keeping track, buddy. Thank you, though. Keeping me on my toes. I do appreciate that. I got the best fans. I truly do. Challenging me at every turn. I love it. Another 30-lap feature, our second driller on Driller Night. Kendall Tucker's got one. Can he make it 2 for 2? He's got a lot of work in this one. I mean, he's starting back there about 7th, and he is going to really have to deal with some guys that were really good all week in front of him. We'll see if they can keep it up. When the pressure ratchets up, that's when you find out. Champions are made there. I did not, Dylan. I did not leave him. I went over there. I was messing with KR a little bit, making sure he was getting going good. And I specifically went into their channel to give the engineer the business before I came over here. So I did not miss a chance to rough him up once again, Dylan. I got it in there. We're talking about one of the guys over at the Midwest Truck Series that he's an engineer. And we give him a hard time for being an engineer. Just because of that, for no other reason, just because of that. And we do not miss an opportunity to rough him up a little bit about his chosen profession. Yeah, they got about a minute left here. And then I know that they are going to kick that at the 15-minute warm-up mark. They did it last time. So, no doubts, no doubt, no doubt. Man, we're having a lot of fun tonight. I don't think that our interview banner worked in the first session. I'm going to have to really work on making sure that that works in this one. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it comes up this time. It did not come up last time. And we don't know that that's the champion. We just wanted to make sure it worked. We had to slap a driver in there, so it didn't come up. And I had already pushed the button to turn the banner on too, so that we were kind of exiting that server. So we'll try to hang for a moment in this one to make sure that that banner works for our champion. It's funny, we talked about that Tuesday night. We'd like to do the Rock'em Sock'em Robots type fighting at the top of the ramp and have a camera so that we could go up there and watch. Luckily, we do not. I think we would spend more time at the top of the ramp than we do down watching the races. And that's sad. So let's get a look at our starting lineup for stock non-wing. 30-lap feature. James Edens in the 52 and Graham Huffman in the 5 on the front row. Logan Rumsey in the 41. Mason Hine in the 89 on his outside. Will Clapp in the 4. Rylan Gray the 06. They make up row 3. Then Kendall Tucker, your stock wing driller winner, inside of row number 4, next to the 74 of Adam Elby. Ryan Avila in that 21 pristine auctions machine. He's inside row 5, and he's got Sam David in the 321 on his outside. Tanner Pettit in the 24, and Brett Strickler. Wait, that can't be Strickler. It is Strickler. It says 76 on the car. I'm used to seeing him in the 38, but they make up our 6th row. Tyler Henselman and James Turnbull, the 21 and the 2, in row number 7. Row 8 is going to be Connor Embry and Josh Pickle. Pickle's in the 33, Embry's in the 1. Then Connor Hazel and J.D. Brown, the 78 and the 27. In row number 10, row 11 is the 17 of Dustin Steinman and the 93 of Chris Roberts. And then Nate McMillan and the 1 of Aja Case. Back at the very back. 30 more laps. Driller number 2 on the line. And the pace truck is going to kindly exit the speedway, and we're about to go feature racing stock non-wing. Tulsa Expo Raceway, the DOB. Virtual Tulsa Shootout. Edens with a good start. Oh, Huffman got a little out of shape. I think he bumped Rumsey, then bumped the fence, and it might have been a little more than a bump. He might have body slammed the fence, but the car looks okay. He's hanging right there in 3rd. Hine and Gray run 4 and 5, and Tucker is 6th right now. Will Clapp in that 4 car. He's on the outside. Back and set working around Edens. Caution coming out. Josh Pickle is going to bring our first caution in the non-wing portion out. 33 car, the black car. Yeah, pretty good there. Pretty good. He's not going to be good here. Yeah, that little river closes up to a creek when you get to the exit of these corners. So our first caution. Nothing too terrible. Everybody looks like they're going to maybe be able to continue. I don't know. Pickle may be in trying to see if anything's bent on that car. He might be rolling back out too. It looks like he's in the infield for the moment, at least. There go the lights of the pace truck. That means we're getting ready to go back to green. Still about 27 laps to go in this thing. Good start for Edens. They're battling side by side. That's Gray and Tucker back there for 5th and 6th. And Rylan Gray. Oh, out of 2. He did everything possible and stayed off of Mason Hine right there. Good drive. Cars into the fence on the backstretch. No. Well, if you're a Brett Strickler fan, you might want to look away. He's good in 1 and 2. Will Clapp catches fence, and then Strickler nowhere to go, and both drivers slam into the barrier down there at the entrance to turn 3. And William Clapp with a little bit of a late arrival, but he still caught a piece. So we had 7 cautions in the first feature. We're working caution number 2. We've gotten more laps in than we did the first 2 cautions in the last feature. So just when I think everybody is starting to get some momentum and figure out a line, we're going to slow things down. So quickie cautions on everyone. Strickler and Clapp are both in the pits. Pickle made it back out before the green dropped last time. He stayed on the lead lap. So whatever he thought was wrong with that car, they either got it fixed or it wasn't as bad as he thought. So we go back to green flag racing. Caution again. Boy, I'll tell you what. Jay Schaff just not having a night here in these features. It's right there behind Shazinski. Oh. And that was just, I think Sam David got sideways and he got collected by that. So we're about 6 or 7 laps in here. And they're having a little trouble getting things going. Still got 21 of our 24 cars. And I think Sam David is going to make it back. He'll be back on the lead lap, so we'll have 22. Will Clapp brought the 4 car back out. Now, he could be a lap down because they did get a restart. I think they made the 1 lap. But we're going back to the front of the field to watch Edens and Rumsey get the restart, and Edens snookered him. Graham Huffman thought he was going to put the nose inside of the 41, getting into 1 and 2, and now he's just trying to play catch-up. Rylan Gray once again back to the high side. Gray goes around Tucker, now pulls alongside Mason Hine. Things got a little narrow there up the backstretch, and caution. This time, let's see if it is the 2 car of Turnbull. See an innocent victim. Looks pretty good there. Looks, oh, no, he's not. He is going to catch the fence with the right side and get spun, and then he's just kind of sitting there trying to get going again, and he got walloped. It could have been Connor Embry, and it was. It was Embry's car that got into Turnbull right there. Still about 20, 21 laps to go. And as much fun as it could be, it's probably nerve-wracking for some of these guys because they get a little momentum, they get ready to make a pass, and then we have to re-rack things and start over. Down off the cushion and back to the green flag. James Edens, Logan Rumsey still 1-2. Huffman is still tough right there in third. Gray back to the high side. He's trying to go after Tucker and Hine. And he's going to try to put a square peg in a round hole here in a second because he's not getting a lot of room up on the high side. Tucker and Hine with a tiny bit of contact. That slows Hine down enough that Gray's able to get side by side. Now Gray puts it in the fence in turn number 2. Contact again between Hine and Tucker. Gray's able to maintain his position. This time up the backstretch. Rylan Gray with a big head of steam, and he'll get 4th place away from Mason Hine. Kendall Tucker saw what Gray did on the top, and he's back at it now. He's going to move high. Avila is right there. Avila goes by Tucker. So does Adam Elby. Tanner Pettit is also there, and he's trying to go around Kendall Tucker. Edens is out front, not by much, and we catch caution. Oh, no, Sam David again. 321 car. Yep. Got in there, and he got in there pretty hot, and that's why we got the caution. He was getting it out of the way. And he got it up and over into the fluffy stuff up there in turn 2 and looped it around. So we're about halfway. All right. I think we're going to get one to go right here. Stock non-wing A main. Second virtual driller. Tucker got the first one in the stock wing category. He right now sits in 9th in this non-wing. Got a lot of laps left. He could make a charge.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Back in the air, exactly halfway, 15 down, 15 to go. There goes Rylan Gray immediately to the top side. Right to the fence in turns 3 and 4. Right to the fence in 1 and 2. For that to work for him, this thing has to stay green. He's making ground up. He's just not making it very fast. And every time we have to restart, all the momentum he had, he loses. Right now, James Edens started on the pole. He's led all 18 laps. Now make it 19. But Logan Rumsey is right there, and Rumsey now is going to put his nose up the inside, and Edens shut the door pretty hard. Gray has just about caught Huffman for third. 9 laps to go. Looks like a 2-car race right now. Tanner Pettit trying to make his way through. He's up to the 6th spot now. Cars backwards. That was Kendall Tucker. And I think Tucker's bid to go 2 for 2 just went out the window. Because Tucker now 12th in the running order after that 360 on the backstretch. No caution. It's going to stay green. Rumsey is all over Edens coming to 6 to go. He's just looking for one sliver of space. One little mistake. So far, Edens really hasn't made a mistake. Wave lap that time, 5 to go. Rumsey getting a little closer through 1 and 2 every time. This time Edens a little too far sideways, and it's going to get saved by a caution because Kendall Tucker might have just yard sailed it. He and Chris Roberts are right there together. He didn't yard sail it, but he didn't do it any favors. And so the bid to go 2 for 2 looks like it'll come to an end. For the 00 of Tucker, he'll have to try again in Wing Outlaw. We're just a couple of laps from the end of this thing here. About 4. Edens and Rumsey were nose to tail, and thought Rumsey was going to have a shot to get by because Edens got the car a little too out of shape down in 3 and 4 right before that caution came out, and that caution saved. Edens getting past right there, but Rumsey may have something figured out. We'll see. It's about 4 to go.
Green flag, green flag.
If he can get on his horse and mount a quick charge here. There's Huffman going to the high side. So is Gray. 3 more times around. Is the high side going to be where it's at? Wave lap this time, and now Rumsey's got the nose on the inside. Eden's now under fire. Coming to the white flag. They are side by side, and Ryland Gray is now in the mix. One mistake from these two up front, and Ryland Gray is going to be in the catbird seat. Out of 2 up the backstretch. Rumsey is there. Does he sell out? He did not force his way in, and Edens will go flag to flag, and he wins the driller for non-wing stock. Rumsey second, Gray third, Hind fourth, Pettit, Huffman, Elby, Avila, Brown Roberts through 10th, Schaff, McMillan, Strickler, Hazel, Shazinski, Henselman, Pickle, Steinman. Clapp, Turnbull, Tucker, Case, David, and Embry, the official finishing order. So let's see. There's old Ryland Gray. Waiting for David Heileman. Oh, my goodness. There's a name I ain't seen in OL. I don't know. It's been a really long time. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Let's talk to the driver that picks up the second driller tonight, James Edens, flag to flag. You really only had one really good challenge.
Yeah, we got just starting on the pole there, nothing much more we could do, just hang on there. I don't know what Logan was doing back there, but he got to my inside a couple times, and thankfully he didn't use me up, so we'll shout out him, and we had a good race.
Yeah, he got there, and man, I'll tell you what, it looked like you got it a little squirrely in 3 and 4. He was right alongside, and the caution came out that might have saved you.
Yeah, for sure. We got a little, I don't know what happened there, got a little loose, got in there too deep, and yeah, I definitely got saved with that caution, so, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good,
I'd rather be lucky than good every day of the week and twice on Sunday, personally. But some guys just do it with skill. And it looked like the car was really good. You were able to do everything you wanted to do out there until about that last restart. And then it looked like it wasn't sticking very good in 1 and 2 on the bottom.
Yeah, I just, I think the nerves were getting to me after about losing it there. And then, he was definitely breathing down my neck. So, just driver error really there at the end. Didn't know what I needed to be doing, if I needed to be doing something different or not, and overthinking.
Well, you're going to get another shot here with the Outlaw Wing car. You start pretty deep in the field. What do you think?
Just hopefully we miss a couple of wrecks early and see if we're up front late. See what we can do.
All right, man. Give me some shout-outs before I let you get ready for that next server.
Yeah, just shout out to all the Alpha guys and, and Chris and you and all the admins and everyone putting this on.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Enjoy the driller, and hopefully we can see you pick up another one in the next show.
That would be nice.
James Edens, everybody, he wins stock non-wing. And now let's talk to the guy. He put a challenge up, and he almost got there twice. The caution might have killed you, Logan. That caution that came out with about 5 to go. Logan runs you there. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
That was honestly a lot of fun racing with James there, and I there's no mirrors so I was running a little bit better line than him, and he couldn't really see what I was doing, so I kind of was all over him the whole race there, and just I was working on it, and finally got under him there that one time, and the yellow had to come out, so it kind of sucks, but we almost got back to him again, but it is what it is. We'll take second.
Well, it was a good run, and yeah, you got there. You guys could have made a lot of contact because it was really tight racing, but the two of you did a great job of racing it hard, keeping it clean, and everybody wants to win one, but nobody wants to win one like that, right?
Yeah, I wasn't afraid to lean on him a little bit, but the last corner there, I wasn't really close enough to lean on him. I would have had to really blow it in there, so no reason to race like that. We're just out here racing for fun.
Well, an awesome job, man. David Heileman in the chat, he says he's a huge fan and he would love to get your autograph.
Tell him I don't have a Sharpie.
You're going to have to bring your own Sharpie, David. Hey, man, give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you head over for that outlaw wing.
Thanks to Chris for putting this up. It's been a lot of fun. Just coming out here to run some micros and tell David to get out of here.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in Outlaw Wing here in just a minute.
Thank you.
Logan Rumsey, he finished second in the stock and non-wing, and now the driver that finished third. Rylan Gray, you gave it everything you had, made a lot of passes up on the top there to get up to third. Just not enough laps at the end to get any more momentum and kind of get a rhythm going.
Yeah, I mean, I felt really fast. I think I was the fastest car at the end. It's just a lot of these guys, you know, I have a lot more laps in these cars compared to everybody else because we ran them so much when they first came out. So I kind of know how to get off the wall here, and even in the stock car. You know, I haven't ran enough of the stock car because I quit running them after they added the second class. But you know, I just wanted to try it because it's a lot harder to pass guys when you're, you know, following the leader. So just to see if wall tapping like you can in the midgets was quick, and it was early, but then it started to go away. And I really would just use it on the restarts to try to get around guys that are piled up on the bottom. Once after I got around Huffman, I felt like I was a lot faster than both James and Logan. It just didn't have any time to really get by them or any way, just because it was predominantly slider line.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, both tracks, the first race and the second race, the track kind of got slick about, 2/3 of the way through. That kind of opened up the top a whole lot more than the bottom at that point, didn't it?
Yeah. I talked to Chris. We were talking about getting the track a little bit wider for everybody. I was helping him with that. So we made some changes to the weather, and it definitely helped in that feature to get it to widen out. It's definitely a lot slicker, which just, in my opinion, helps the racing widen out. It's not as bottom dominant because these cars, they're just so hard to blow a racetrack off. So, I appreciate him listening to me or, you know, taking some of my advice from when we hosted a micro series. And, we'll see what we do for these next two classes. I'm not the fastest in Outlaw Wing. TPR's got their stuff really, really fast right now on that, but I'm pretty confident we can win in the Outlaw non-wing.
Well, getting all these laps in here virtually should be good for you come Monday night here down here in Tulsa at the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, to run with my family again and have a really nice car to run with. That's really cool. And I probably have over 30,000 laps on Tulsa and iRacing, so I'd hope I was able to put some of that experience onto the real track.
Well, I hope so too. 'Cause it was nasty dusty last week with the shootout guys on Saturday. We went up there and checked it out, and man, it just got dusty really fast in there. So hopefully they'll keep the track a little moister for you guys. But we're trying to come up on Monday and watch you run a little bit. Maybe come down the pits and talk to you a little bit, see if we can get a live show going. So if we can do that, I'm going to message you on Messenger, sir.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother. Congrats and good luck in the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
That is Rylan Gray, finished third in the stock non-wing. We're going to get to see him at the Chili Bowl here. His prelim night is a Monday. We are in the server, so we really don't need to do a whole lot other than let you guys know we're in the server. Put a camera up and just kind of follow these guys around. 30 more laps, another 30-lap feature here, and we'll give our third virtual driller away. I've got a lineup for this. Ryan Avila and Tanner Pettit. Wow. You want to talk about putting the cream of the crop on the front row. Well, they sure did make it tough for the rest of these guys. Brett Strickler and Graham Huffman, Rylan Gray and Aja Case, Kendall Tucker again, Adam Elby, Chris Robertson, Josh Pickle, Blake Deppina, and James Turnbull, Austin Black and Jay Schaff, Caleb Diebel, and Logan Rumsey, Dustin Steinman and James Eden, Mason Hine and Sam Nackbor, Nate McMillan and Alex Scherzinski, J.D. Brown and Brandon Dittmer are the scheduled starters, and the alternates are Connor Hazel and Tyler Henselman. So we will take a look. We'll see Which 24 make it? Do any of the alternates get a spot? We've given 2 away. We're going to work on the third one. And I was not going to ask him what you asked me, David. I just wasn't going to do it. But I'm going to go with no love lost there. So. This whole week has been fun, and it is really a joy to talk to these guys at the end of these things. They treat it like, it's real life. This is a virtual deal, but they're treating it like it's a real deal. They're serious about it. You heard Rylan Grace. He's got hundreds of laps in. That's taking it pretty serious. I can appreciate that. These big events, it's going to bring the best guys out, and we're going to see good racing. We've had a few cautions, but most of those have just been not for guys getting into each other so much as guys just losing control of the track underneath the car a little bit and collecting other drivers. What did I do? I'm in trouble from somebody. That guy right there has just had a bad week. Started with some really good runs. He's had a couple of good heat finishes, or like a heat and a qualifier finish. But he's run every class, and some of these races have just been brutal for the 74. Tanner Pettit kind of in that same boat in that 24 car. Struggle bus most of the week. Tonight, it looks like here in this class, he's done pretty well. He's second highest in points. But a lot of struggle in some of the other classes. The non-wing cars are a ton different than the wing car. There is a completely different style of driving for those. And if you can master them, and so far we got two different guys in each class winning. There isn't one dominant driver in here. Now that might change in this class because these bigger, higher horsepower cars, again, skill going to come to the top. Let's see what we got here. We got to be about down to, we still got about 4 minutes. That's a lot. Who's coming to Tulsa for Chili Bowl? And what nights are you coming? I have Monday and or Thursday marked as I'd like to go one of the two for sure. Saturday night is still super iffy and up in the air. Next week's schedule is a little bit lighter, folks. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series back in action again. We will be over there covering and watching them. We have nothing scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday next week. Like I said, I'm thinking Monday could be a travel day to Tulsa. I'm not sure yet. I need to check and see when Mr. Matt Westfall has his prelim night. I may go up there and watch The Flying Buckeye. I don't know. I haven't seen Tim in the chat yet, but if he is, Tim, it was good talking to you today. Thanks for taking my call. Way too much. Again, like I said, we got the best fans ever. Whatever. All right. Getting down to it. They're about to wind up the warm-up session. Feature number 3, 30 more laps. We get through this one, then it's the big show. The 55 lapper for the Outlaw non-wing guys. Well, we can't put the camera on anybody. They have an immediate crash when we put the camera on. Ryland Gray made him a full lap and didn't crash it out. About to fill the stands all the way back up. Put 24 of them out there. Oh! And I said that. The camera was on him, and he immediately... Well, he didn't immediately. He made about 2 laps, and then he died. That should be about it. We should be ready to go any moment now. Yeah. Afraid to put the camera on anybody. They're going to have a really bad night if I do. 78 of Austin Black here. We'll watch him for just a moment. Never fails. If I got the camera on them for a lap or more, they are in for it. We didn't even get the camera onto that guy. Used to call it the broadcaster's curse because we'd interview somebody and they would immediately go out and get destroyed. Now I don't even have to interview them. Now we just point the camera at them. Our powers are growing. All right, that's going to do it. They've got the track ironed in as much as they can, or as much as race control is going to let them. And it is now, once again, driller time. It is the 49 of Avila and the 24 Pettit on the front row. Brett Strickler, the 38, Graham Huffman, the 5 in row number 2. The 6 of Ryland Gray and the 1 of Aja Case, row 3. 00, Kendall Tucker, already a driller winner tonight. He starts inside row number 4 next to Adam Elby in the 74. Chris Roberts in the 93. Josh Pickle, the 33 there. Row 5, row 6. Blake Depinet and the 2 of James Turnbull. Austin Black and Jay Shaft, 78 and the 21 in row number 7. Row 8 is Logan Rumsey in the 41 and Dustin Steinman the 17. And then your other driller winner tonight, the 52 of James Edens, next to the 89 of Mason Hine, all the way back in row number 9. So if Edens wants another driller, he's going to have to work. Got a lot of cars to pass. Sam David, the 231, and Nate McMillan, the 5 in row 10. Alex Jasinski, the 23, and J.D. Brown in that 78. Is that right? J.D. Brown, 78 car, yeah. In row number 11, and then the 83 of Dittmer and Connor Hazel in the 27. Our 24th and final starter. So Avila and Pettit, man, teammates, fast guys, pretty good in the sprint car overall. And the green flag, we're underway. Outlaw wing. Oh, I was watching all that action. I was ready to call who was going to end up upside down, and magically they all saved it. That was fantastic. Bouncing it off each other, the fence down the backstretch, and now we get a caution. It's a yellow flag. Is it? It's not. Is it Sam David? It was close to the back. Oh, yeah, it is. It's Sam David. Quick flip. Didn't even mess the wing up on the car. He went up and over super fast. Complete roll up in the air. Landed it on all four. He drove it away, but he could have meant suspension. I'm not sure. So a couple of laps in. Everybody got a chance to find a little speed, and then we'll give them a quick break. They can reevaluate and get ready to go. Everybody back on track, too. Well, Alex Zazinski tried to go, and something happened, and he might have had a mechanical or an electrical failure, and Alex Zazinski, the 23, is out of the Outlaw Wing class. So we're going to go back to green. Still 28 laps remaining in the feature. I saw Rylan Gray go to the top. He and Tucker once again side by side. We saw this in the stock non-wing just a few minutes ago. Gray alongside Strickler, 3 wide out of 2, tiny bit of contact. Outside on Strickler, inside was Tucker. Everybody survives and drives away. Huffman is now up to 5th. He used the break-in momentum to get by Tucker for just a moment, but Tucker is going to fight back on the high side and take the spot immediately back. That's Aja Case behind them. Then Pickle and Elby are side by side. That is going to be 8th and 9th, and Turnbull around the top is 10th right now. I see Chris Roberts. Jay Schaff is behind that. Logan Rumsey making his way forward in the 202. He's got it locked in on the bottom. Caution. Let's see. Nate McMillan and Mason Hines. Yeah, Mason Hines right there in the 89. Oh, Hines got out of shape, and McMillan nowhere to go. Innocent victim. He went in and got the left front on the berm, and it kind of tightened the car up for him, but Hines just kind of looped it out there in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and he left McMillan nowhere to go. Avila, Pettit, Gray, Tucker, Strickler are the top 5. Huffman, Case, Elby, Pickle, and Turnbull broke into the top 10, and he is still right there in 10th. Rumsey's up to 11th. Roberts, 12th. Schaff, Depinet, Steinman, Edens, Black, Brown, Dittmer, David, Hazel, McMillan, and Hine. The 23 cars still out racing. Everybody's on the lead lap. Should have about 21 laps to go. Maybe 20. Ryan Avila off the berm, down the hill. Green flag. 21 laps, yeah. Kendall Tucker and Ryan Gray once again. Rylan Gray. Oh, little right rear action. He got in the fence. Don't know how much the car got hurt, but he gives up about 4 spots. And now he tried to go right back at Case and Edens, and that door just keeps getting shut on him. Got around Case. Now he's working on Elby, I'm sorry. Caution again. This time, Sam David. I don't think Sam David is having a very fun night here at Tulsa Expo Raceway. Oh, yep. Got the right rear and the slick stuff and just kept her cooking. So caution number 3. Not quite to halfway yet. I am not positive when these DOB guys are going to do their chili bowl. And I don't know who will cover that for them. I know we will start to get really busy about the 19th. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for sure. But we're back to green flag racing. A couple laps shy of halfway in this outlaw winged A main. Avila with a good start. Pettit still second. Huffman is right there in third. He just can't make any headway getting around Pettit. We see Tucker going to the top side. Strickler is up there with him. Brett Strickler. Pennsylvania race. Ooh, good job, both drivers. Tucker got a little sideways getting in, and Strickler had a good run down in the corner. Kept that right front out of the left rear. Both drivers able to keep their spots and keep going forward. Adam Elby right behind them. And then here comes Logan Rumsey. He's got a good charge. He's picked up 8 spots. He's up to 7th. We're just past halfway. We got 12 laps to go. Rylan Gray trying to work his way back up there. He's running 3rd or 4th. Had a little run in and a run in with the outside wall too. And he lost a bunch of spots. He's still trying to fight and make his way back through. Ooh, Strickler and Elby. A little bumpy bump. And Elby, or Strickler, I'm sorry, is going to take it to the infield. We're going caution because Gray and Case got around. I think Ozzie Case got around first. Well, we're going to watch the 6. Yeah, he's around. Yep, nope. Gray got around, and then Case got a piece of him. A couple other drivers. That was the 17 of Steinman that caught a piece of fence up there in turn 2. So we're about 9 laps from being done here. We're working caution number 4. Avila and Pettit are 1-2. Huffman and Tucker 3-4. Rumsey and Elby 5-6. Then Turnbull, Schaff, Edens, and Brown. James Edens. J.D. Brown right now is our hard charger. He started 22nd. He's 10th. But Edens is trying to pick up his 2nd feature win tonight. And he is now 9th. He's got to pass a car every single lap on average if he is going to get his 2nd driller out of this shootout tonight. And we're going back to green. It's only 9 laps remaining. Stacked up back here. That's Huffman and Tucker. They got stacked up out of 2. Tucker drops the right front over. This might be a caution. And it might not. They might keep him going, but I think that might do it for Edens. He got hung up. And Chris Roberts is going to be in the middle of this. 93 car. He is going to come up on this mess right there in front of him. Oh, and when Turnbull cut loose from Edens, 93 car was already out there. Well, Avila has been the class of the field. Restarts have been good. He stretched his gap out every time we've gotten more than a couple of laps in. Another flag to flagger. Start up front, stay up front. And we're just about to 5 to go here. Ready for what could be the final restart. Green flag. 7 laps to go. Man, Huffman and Tucker just keep getting side by side on this restarts. Everybody's surviving. Here comes Rumsey. Rumsey up on the berm. Good job, everybody. Staying out of each other. Wave lap this time. It's 5 to go now. Caution. Austin Black had a problem. Oh, there's our caution. I think that it might have been Sam David over there that had a problem. Got up on the berm, spun it out, and the nose dropped off right at the entrance to turn 3. I hope that wasn't loud. I knocked the fire out of my microphone there. Trying to reach across my desk. All right. Avila, Pettit, Huffman, Tucker, Rumsey, the top 5. And Rumsey was all over Tucker right when that caution came out. Trying to get his blue 202 on the inside and muscled his way into the line that Tucker was trying to run. But we're going to get the restart. 4 laps to go. Green flag's back in the air. Avila and Pettit, good restarts. Huffman now is going to go all the way outside. Got to go where they're not if you're going to try to pass them. Try something they're not doing. 2 to go this time. Tucker got a shot in the pants from Rumsey up on the high line. That puts LB back in the mix for a 5th top 5 here. But Avila has it rolling. White flag. Oh, Nate McMillan come right out in front of the leaders. And Avila's going to take it home easy. Pettit kind of got snookered behind that lap car. He'll be 2nd. Tucker ends up 3rd. Huffman, Rumsey, the top 5. So we'll wait a second here. We'll see if our winning driver shows up in our broadcast area so we can chat. While we wait, let's take a look real quick at our results. Hey. Oh. Avila, Pettit, Tucker, Huffman, Rumsey, top 5. Then Elby, Schaff, Edens, Brown, and Turnbull through the 10th. Dittmer, Gray, Case, Depinet, Steinman, McMillan, Pickle, and Hine all the way back to 18th. Hazel, Roberts, Strickler, David, Scherzinski, and Henselman, your final finishers. There's our winner. Ryan Avila, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, you've been going on, man. You went on for 30 laps right there, flag to flag, and it didn't matter. You started to drive away. If we got more than 3 or 4 laps in from these guys, you had it figured out.
Yeah, I just needed a run to like really fill the car out. There's no in-car adjustments, so yeah, you kind of just set it up, and I hope you like it. But yeah, I felt really good up on the top in 3 and 4, and really never really tried the bottom. So yeah, that last lap was
I'd say pretty dumb to say the least. I don't think I win that race. I think Tanner gets a run and maybe he gets me in 3 and 4. But yeah, besides that, all the yellows is kind of just getting me better.
Yeah, just a whole lot of rhythm breakers because you guys would get 3, 4, 5 laps in, and then we get a caution, and then restart and a caution, and then a couple laps and a caution. Just really difficult to find a rhythm, and the track was changing. Even though we were pacing, guys are still having to search for lines, and you were able to kind of figure it out really quick.
Yeah, some reason, and it honestly makes sense. Pacing kills the track even more than racing, so. Like we kind of figured that out in Pro Series that if you paced in a line, it'd get slicker over time. So yeah, I don't know. I just knew what I had, and me and Tanner finished 1-2 in that race.
Well, 3 different races, 3 different winners tonight. We got one left. Will you make the repeat when we go over here for the 55 lapper?
It's a long race, so I mean anything could happen. I think I start in the back half of the field, so that'll kind of suck. But yeah, we'll be good.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs before I let you head over to that next server.
Yeah, I thank Chris for putting this on and you broadcasting it. I think this is one of the only, really the only Tulsa shootouts being ran this year. I got to thank Tanner and everyone over at Tanner Pettit Racing, Jimmy P. Mac Tools, 1425 Photography, Aces Up Sim Sports, CD Photography, Trackside Collective, Blake Carrick Racing, and then Ethan Johnson over at Free Speed.
All right, man, congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing if you can come from the back in the big 55 lapper here in just a minute.
Thank you.
All right, Avila picks up the win, and we're 3 for 3, guys. 3 different drivers, 3 different races, 3 different drivers picking up the win. Let's talk to our second place finisher real quick. Tanner Pettit, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, I'm going to ask only because your partner said that last lap was just absolutely silly, and I don't disagree with him. All of a sudden, you're coming down the front stretch. It looked like maybe you were going to get super close, get a run, and there's a car there coming into turn 1.
Yeah, no, I thought the car was originally going to get Ryan with the way it was kind of pointed and where it was going to end up, but I ended up getting in the back of him. Luckily, it didn't cost us any ground there. So overall, it was a fun race. There was pretty calm. Wasn't a whole lot of moving around, but yeah, had a blast.
Yeah, it looked like, with all the pacing and the track changed a whole lot, guys were searching. Ryan was finding it really quick. Were you struggling to find where the line was really going to be each time we had a restart?
No, not really. I kind of just committed to the bottom there and see if I could make it work because it seemed to hold up at the top. 3 and 4 seemed to be a little bit off, but I could at least make it work down there. And I figured if I was going to find a way around Ryan, I had to commit otherwise to him. And I knew the top of 1 and 2 wasn't the best place to be, so kind of avoided that and tried my best. Just came up a little bit short.
All right, man. You gonna get the win over here with the big outlaw non-wing cars?
I'd like to think so, but I think we started decently far back, so we got some work cut out for us. Luckily, in the stock features, we went forward in both those, and there we stayed about the same. So hopefully, we can go forward one more time.
All right, man. Quick shout-outs, and we'll let you head over there.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody with Tanner Pettit Racing. All my guys have gotten me to where I'm at. And I'd also like to thank 1425 Photography, Jimmy P. Mac Tools, Aces Up Sim Sports, CD Photography, SimWrap Market, Trackside Collective, Blake Carrick Racing, Ethan Johnson for all the help on the late model side of things. You guys for putting the broadcast on. It's a blast. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck in the final feature. It's a big, long one, this one.
Appreciate it.
Tanner Pettit finished second. Outlaw winged feature. And now our third place finisher, he already has a driller and he got close. Just a couple of spots eluded him of being our first repeat tonight. He's going to have one more shot at it. Kendall Tucker, that looked a little challenging.
Yeah, definitely had our hands full there. I don't know, just couldn't seem to really make anything happen. Just tried everything I could. Bottom in 1 and 2 was really all you could make happen. About the whole race. 3 and 4, I seemed like it was just the top, so it was just a matter of whether the car in front of you was on that line or not, whether you could make something happen, and was able to pick our way up through there and had a little luck in that race. So I know we started 3rd in this one, so hopefully we can maybe get the lead and try to control the race. I don't know, but anyways, we're just having a good time. Been fun. So we got one more. See if we can get it done.
All right, man. Well, get in there, get some practice laps in. See if you can be the only repeat winner tonight, buddy. Give me some shout-outs before you go.
Yeah, just all the guys at Alpha again. Got to thank Dude Wipes for coming on board for this event. Got to thank you for the broadcast and everybody at DOB and Chris especially for everything he does to make it happen for us.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Good luck in the next one. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you holding your second driller tonight.
All right, sounds good.
Kendall Tucker, everybody, finished third in the Outlaw Wing portion of the show, and he is not lying. He starts close to the front. He starts in row 2 for this. You're going to have Graham Huffman and Rylan Gray. Sorry, guys. I got a little hung up there. Graham Huffman and Rylan Gray on the front row. Rylan Gray going to have a really good shot to get a driller here. Tucker and Pettit in row 2, Pickle and Turnbull in row 3, Depinet and Edens, then Avila and Elby, McMillan and Hazel, Black and Steinman, Lowe and Roberts, Case and Rumsey, Hine and Strickler, Cardwell and Schaff, Shazinski and Dittmer, and then our alternates are set up with J.D. Brown, Tyler Henselman, and Will Clapp. We'll see if any of them have to get in because someone didn't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're all going to be here. The whole field looks like it made it in. All 24 of them. So they worked their way through heat races, qualifiers, everything else. And so, to skip the feature, it just seems kind of nonsensical to me. Man, we got to stop putting the camera on people because they just can't stop dying. Well, this is going to be it. Final race of the night, but it's 55-lap feature for these Outlaw non-wing drivers. This has been a very fun week. Seen good racing. We got 3 different people winning so far. Will we get a 4th? Will it be just new guy every time? Like I said earlier, a lot of these guys in all 4 classes, and 85 or 90% of the field has been in every single one of these races. It's a fun format. Chris and the guys do a really good job of putting on these big events for these drivers. That's Hayden Cardwell we were just looking at in the 41 car there. Jay Schaff. There's a winner earlier tonight. James Edens. We'll see if he can do something. Where is he starting in this one? He is starting 8th in this 55-lapper. So showed well in the stock non-wing car. So we'll see if he can do well in this non-wing car. I think these guys have got a couple of minutes here. Oh, I don't even know. I would say about 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Chris Roberts making some laps. Kind of spearheads this whole thing over here at DOB. And he gets out here and races with the guys. And still made every feature for the shootout. And they had 36 to 42 cars in every class, cutting it down to 24. So top half of the field, Hayden Cardwell back on the track again. I don't know if they are still going. It looks like they're still going over there at Midwest with that charity race. I do not have my YouTube up, so I can't go check on that one while I'm doing this one. But I hope those guys are having a great race and doing a great job. Once again, next week, pretty light for shows. We're only going to have the Wednesday show that we know of at the moment. And then I really don't know what is going on with the slideshow. And then we're going to be back on Monday the 19th with a full week of shows. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Starting on the 19th. Digital Sim Racing League back in action. Their truck series that used to be on Sundays now moved to Mondays. That is an 8:30 Eastern start. And then on Tuesday nights, they are going to bring the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. And as always on Wednesdays, Midwest Truck Series. So, start to add more content as more content becomes available. Been a great week of racing overall, I gotta say. We've enjoyed having something on the network every single night. Very quickly, want to thank all of our partners: Dirt Racing Network, Digital Sim Sports Network, Premier Setup Shop, SimRapMarket.com, Admin Box, Scott King Designs, Midwest Barbecue Equipment. I know I'm forgetting some. Fitz's Auto Services. Be some new sponsors once the new series get going with their regular series, and we're partnering with a few here ourselves. So about mid-January, we'll start putting some new stuff up. And I want to thank Chris Roberts for reaching out and having us come to do this. I know it ended up getting us double booked on a Thursday night. I think we have figured that out. I think we made that work. At least my fingers are crossed. I haven't seen any more glitchy, twitchy stuff. So a big thank you to KR Stolfers for jumping in and taking care of us with the pavement guys over there on the charity race so that we could come over here and do this dirt stuff. It's how we really got started. I personally got started in pavement racing. Way back. Max Speed TV. Rudy Cummings. And it just kind of worked its way around where eventually we had to have a dirt racing network. And so we've been at it for about 7-8 years now over here. And we're starting to get our fingers back into a lot of the pavement racing stuff too. It's been a heck of a journey. I appreciate all the fans that have been with us, 13,000 plus over our 3 platforms. And all you guys that shout out in the chat every night. Small changes through 2026 as we go along. Some improvements to our overlay system and some other things, and try to make it a little more aesthetically pleasing and add some neat little trick stuff to it. Hopefully. No guarantees on that. We're working on it. We haven't been able to perfect it yet. Coding is tough. When we finally get tired of doing failure after failure, we'll just pay somebody to do it. But right now we're trying to figure it out on our own. Just makes it easier. We can do things a lot faster. All right, I think that's it. We have run out of practice time, so all that is left for the 26 DOB Tulsa Shootout is a 55-lap A main for the Outlaw non-wing drivers. And we have the starting lineup. Graham Huffman, the 5. Rylan Gray, the 06 are your front row. The 00 driller winner are ready tonight. Kendall Tucker, inside row 2, next to Tanner Pettit in the 24. Josh Pickle, the 33, and James Turnbull in the 2 in row 3. The 1 of Blake Depanet, and the 52 of James Edens, another driller winner tonight. They make up our 4th row. Our 3rd winner just won the previous Outlaw Wing category. He starts 9th to 49, Ryan Avila. Next to the 74 of Adam Elby. Nate McMillan in the 5 and Connor Hazel the 27. They make up our 6th row. Austin Black in the 78 and Dustin Steinman in the 17 are row 7. Row 8 is Jonathan Lowe and Chris Roberts, the 20 and 93. The 1 of Aja Case next to the 203 of Logan Rumsey in row number 9. Row 10 is Mason Hine, 89 on the inside. The 38 of Brett Strickler on the outside. And then Hayden Cardwell in the 41, Jay Schaff in the 21 in a row number 11, and our 12th and final row for the final feature of the evening, the 23 of Alex Jasinski inside the 83 of Brandon Dittmer will start on the outside of the final row. Good look at your front row right there. And I feel like the 5, the 06, and the 00 have been side by side all night long for 90 laps. I know that isn't necessarily true, but we've seen those 3 guys in close proximity all night long. Who's going to pick up the final driller of the DOB Tulsa Shootout? Well, you'll find out in 55 laps because the green flag is in the air. Contact. We're going to have a quick caution. It's going to be near the back. Yeah, Brett Strickler, that white 38 car. He and Jonathan Lowe in the green and yellow number 20 going to get together right there. That was a chain reaction of a car not getting started. Lowe got a little contact. When he got on the throttle, it picked the front end up, shot the car to the right, straight across the racetrack and right into Brett Strickler. So it might be a short night for Strickler in this one. He didn't even get to the start-finish line on the start, and he was upside down. Crushed. See if he can make it back out. Jonathan Lowe, I think he's limping a little bit of a injured race car around at the back there. And he's been steering it left-right just to see if it's going to be at least somewhat drivable. And I see Strickler rolling back, so they're going to get him back out. We're going to have all 24 when we restart. And that's happening now on the front stretch. Huffman out front, our first full green lap. Rylan Gray second. Tucker is third. Pettit is fourth. We're already kind of getting strung out. Now we're getting the car turned around. That's Nate McMillan. Caution. Boy, we put the camera in the right place at the right time, didn't we, folks? He got a little sideways. He's okay here. And he's not okay when we get to the next corner. Yeah, he got a little help. A little unintentional help, but a little help. So he'll rejoin the back of the field. We got a long ways to go, folks. We are working on caution number 2, only about 3 laps into this. That's Aja Case on the inside right there. Low, Strickler, I'm not sure. I think it's Logan Rumsey maybe. Yeah, Logan Rumsey's rolling back out. So several cars had to go get some attention in the work area. There's a long ways to go here, still about 50 laps. Green flag in the air once again. Gray had a notion to get to the inside of Huffman. Huffman got the door shut down there, getting into 1 and 2, coming out of 3 and 4. He'll have the lead by about 3 car lengths. Tucker still third behind Gray, and then Pettit is fourth, and Pickle is fifth, and he's the only car in the top 5 that is not running right along the berm. James Turnbull is behind that, and he is a car back there. I think I'm hearing cars sideways. Yeah, caution. And Austin Black, the 78, is going to have a major problem here. Let's go see what happens to him. Oh, got hooked coming out of 2. He went into the infield. And the 17 of Dittmer still trying to get it rolling after that contact. Weehaw. Shootout racing, folks. It's only 4 chances to win an A main at the shootout, and we're on the last one. Things might get just a little spicy. We're ready to restart once again. Huffman's getting good starts. Working lap number 8. It's been Huffman the whole time. I'm watching Tanner Pettit and Joshua Pickle. No contact, but they were close. Pettit along the high side, keeping it rolling. Whoa, that's James Turnbull. The 2 car down on the bottom now trying to challenge the 33, and he did not get that done. Here comes James Edens up on the top. He said, I want to get both of our feature wins in the non-wing car, and he just couldn't get it done that time. This time, I am not sure, but we're going to go right here. We're going to check out where the 1 car is at in this. Oh, contact in front of him, and then he's just in it. That's the 83 of Dittmer. Oh, my gosh, it's a parking lot. Doesn't take a lot of contact. Whoa. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional. Everybody was just trying to get caught back up. And there was some accordion going on. I think Tanner Pettit is going to come up here, probably go around the 52 of Edens and a couple other, maybe not. He was up, I thought, in the top 5. It's Huffman, Tucker, Pickle, Gray, Turnbull, and Edens right now. Elby, Pettit, Depinet, and Avila. So, and now Edens looking like he's going to stop. And maybe he's going to have to go to the back. He's still sitting over here in turn 2.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So since Edens is still sitting there. We are going to have to get back behind the pace car. And now he's rejoined the back of the field. And our pace truck back out. That gave Case and Strickler time to go back and get some more work done. Case, the only car not on the racetrack. 23 of them still out there. I think Case might get back out here in a moment. There he comes. So now we're ready to go back to green flag racing. And we do. 12 laps into this thing. Still over 40 laps remaining. Kendall Tucker left front up on the berm down in 3 and 4. He does it again in 1 and 2. This time the car doesn't stay locked on the bottom. He goes all the way out to the fence, and he's going to give up a spot if he's not careful. Not this time, though, because caution falls out once again. This time, Ajay Case and Jay Schaff maybe get together here. There's Schaff, and Schaff might just get around, and he might get a collection. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he killed the outside retaining wall at the entry to turn 1. Killed that opening, and then Case got into him. So about 14 laps into the 55-lap A main. This one going a little rougher than the last couple. Green flag once again. I saw Rylan Gray maybe going slider line, but he wasn't able to get alongside or in front of Pickle and shut the door. He could only get alongside. That's Adam Elby in the 74. He was running a low line in 1 and 2. Clipped the berm and the car got tight, went right up the track. Turnbull now up to 5th spot. Oh, and around in front of him, that was Josh Pickle. I am pretty sure Pickle just kind of gets it out of shape out of 2. Oh, he and Gray, and they just had a little touch, and then he got a little help from Turnbull. So a little rough and tumble at the beginning of this one. Josh Pickle is all the way back in 18th now. Right in front of Jay Schaff, Austin Black. 52 of Edens went into the work area. He's coming back out now. Kendall Tucker up to the 2nd spot here. He's looking for driller number 2 tonight. Good restart for Huffman. He's going to keep the lead. He's led every lap thus far. Started on the pole, kept it out front. Caution again. 78 of Black, and he may just be an innocent victim. Yep. Josh Pickle got down to 1 and hit that opening just like we saw Jay Sheff do a little while ago. And Black didn't have anywhere to go at all. So we're in survival mode right now for some of these guys. So we're working caution number 7, and we are about 20 laps in, 18 laps into this. Green flag back in the air again. We'll be working lap 19 right here. Looking back at about 8th, 9th, and 10th right here. Ryan Avila, the 21 there on the outside, now gets the crossover with Hayden Cardware. Car upside. Oh, that's Tanner Pettit. Yeah, that's Tanner Pettit. Coming right at us. And Tanner Pettit's bid to win at this year's shootout comes to a screeching halt as he brings out our 8th caution. I think Brett Strickler back in. He's just getting little things done, and he's got all the time. They might have that car completely rebuilt before we get to the halfway point. He's 17th, and he just rolled back onto the raceway. Still on the lead lap. Huffman, Tucker, Gray, Turnbull, and Elby are the top 5. Green flag again, and I thought Tucker had it timed pretty good. Didn't work out quite as well for him as I thought it might. Here comes Rylan Gray with a load off of turn number 2. He had a big run. He got a launch. Can he do it again? Not quite the same. Gray in, up, right to the wall. Both ends of the racetrack. Oh, it's Kendall Tucker. Got up, tapped the push bar on the back of the 5. It put him up on the berm, and Tucker is all the way back to 5th now, battling for 2nd, as we are going to have another. That's Dittmer in the 83. Case, Strickler, McMillan, and oh my goodness. Dittmer just yard sailed it out into turn number 1 over there. Watching 38 of Strickler here. He's very slow. Now picks up the pace, gets in. Oh, he and McMillan. Little how you do there, I guess. Green flag back out again. I'm not sure the guys at the back of the field were 100% ready for that, but they are going to have to be now. Rylan Gray around the outside of James Turnbull to take 2nd spot away. Caution again. Oh, no, not Chris Roberts. 93 car. Oh, you get the feeling this is going to go bad right here. Yep. Too close to the inside. Shoots to the outside. I think that was the 17 of Steinman that got him right there. Kind of T-bone style. Maybe it was Connor Hazel. It was a 27, not the 17. So Tucker is back to 5th because it's Huffman, Gray, Turnbull, LB, Tucker, Depanet, Avila, Cardwell, Rumsey, and Hazel. Now we're starting to attrition drivers. We've only got 16 still out here at the moment. Now 17 as Pickle makes it back to the speedway.
Green, green, green.
We're almost halfway. Couple of laps shy of halfway. Rylan Gray had to take the spot back from Turnbull as Turnbull got it down in 1 and 2. Gray took it back. Now Turnbull going to try to go inside out. And Gray's able to streak away. He opened up about 5 car lengths right there. Adam Elby closing in on the 2 car. And don't look now, but here comes Kendall Tucker once again after his foray up onto the berm in 3 and 4 and fell all the way back to 6th or 7th. He's up here 4th and 5th are right in front of him. He's trying to battle them. Turnbull high, LB low, Tucker even lower, nothing doing. Turnbull got the left front on the berm, and boy, I'll tell you what, it helped that car rotate a ton down there in 3 and 4. And now he tries his luck up on the high side. At the front, Huffman and Gray are getting pretty tight. And Gray thought about going for the lead right there, but Huffman shut the door on the exit of 2. And this time, Gray loses a car length or 2. Now he gains them back down here in 3 and 4. He's faster on the 3 and 4 end of the track, and Huffman's faster down in 1 and 2. Tucker got around LB a little bit ago. Now he's going after Turnbull. Avila's up to 6th. Cardwell's right there, and so is Logan Rumsey. Getting into a long green flag run now. Avila working to the inside.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Will that pass count? I don't know. Chris Roberts and Josh Pickle going to get into a scuffle back here at the back. Roberts right in front of Pickle here. We'll see. Oh, clipped the tire on the slow car. McMillan was way off the pace right there. And Pickle caught a piece of that, and he may have damage. Not that he didn't have a little from previous, probably some residual, but he probably just re-injured it. Huffman, Gray, Tucker back to 3rd. Turnbull, Elby, Avila, Cardwell, Rumsey, Depanet, and Edens. James Edens back inside the top 10. He fell all the way back to about 18th a little while ago. We're only about 15 laps from the end of this, guys. We're back to green flag racing. 17 laps remaining. Gray got it up on the berm. He almost biked it getting into 3 and 4, but he closed ground on Huffman. Tucker is there now, and Tucker trying to put pressure on the top 2. He and Huffman going to get together. That might end the bid for 2 drillers tonight for Kendall Tucker. He just got in here. Had a great run into 3 and 4. And Huffman right in his path right here. Little cut down. Tucker was still going out. Right front, left rear. And that might be all she wrote for Tucker's attempt to be a 2-time winner here tonight. Hoffman, Gray, Turnbull, Elby, Avila, Cardwell, Rumsey, Depinet, Edens, and now Connor Hazel back inside the top 10 once again. Strickler, Dittmer, Steinman, McMillan, and Tucker through 15th. And maybe Josh Pickle is going to get back on the race. Yeah, but I think he's a lap down. Yeah, Pickle's a lap down 16th. It might cycle through and he may get that lap back, but it don't look good. 15 to go. Gray got it up on the berm again. He did it, got it to turn, and he got to the inside. Now he's alongside Huffman for the first time. Solidly there. Couldn't get it up on the berm and get it to rotate that time, and Huffman goes by and clears him by a car and a half. Turnbull's still right there. Elby is still right there. This time Gray almost had the lead at the line. Had Huffman all the way to the fence, pedaled the car to let him have room. And now Ryland Gray is going to have to start all over again. Not just those two, though. Turnbull and Elby are right there as well. Any mistake, 10 to go. Caution, Brett Strickler's going to have more problems tonight. Let's watch the 38. White car with the orange bottom half. Kendall Tucker, and Tucker got into that left rear, getting through the corner. Strickler was waiting on the car to land, and Tucker had a run and just got into the left rear. Right at and right inside of the 10 to go mark. Huffman, Gray, Turnbull, Elby, Cardwell, Rumsey. Avila's back to 7th. Depinet, Edens, and Dittmer. And James Edens back inside the top 10 with a few laps to go. Green flag with 9 laps remaining. Caution, quick caution. We're going to watch the 5 car right here. He is in it, I think. I don't know if he was caught. He and Connor Hazel, 27 right in front of him, no. Chain reaction, and they're all just going to get hung up. All right, we should get the 1 to go this time. I think we have maybe 7 laps remaining. 8. Final few laps of the 2026 DOB Tulsa Shootout. Gray trying to time it up. He missed it pretty good. He's going to be about 4 car lengths behind getting into 1 and 2. Turnbull had a better start than Gray, but Turnbull not able to do anything with Ryland Gray. from that third spot. Huffman has just been smooth, steady. Has led every single lap. He needs to lead 6 more. Gray had a run getting in, and he did a great job of keeping that right front out of the left rear. I think Gray pays the price for that, and Huffman keeps going if Gray lets it fly right there. Graham Huffman on the wave lap. Clear by about 4 car lengths. In, put his left front up on the berm. Gray stuck it on the berm, and it didn't help him one bit. Caution, Connor Hazel was in front of the leaders sideways, but we're going to look at a different incident here. Hazel's right in the middle of this. There's McMillan. I think Dittmer is right there as well. That's Josh Pickle in the 33. Yeah, Dittmer, then Hazel, and now McMillan. And then Chris Roberts gets another piece. So just a handful of laps left in it. It has been all Graham Huffman. Gray's still second. He's been hounding him. He's just not in a position to get alongside of him and make him get off the line, make him make a mistake. And we'll go back to green. 3 laps to go. So a green, a white, a green, a lap, a white, and a checker. There we go. Greg keeps trying, getting that left front up on the berm at entry. He is so close. White flag this time. Huffman started up front. He's kept it up front. He's going to finish up front. Huffman takes the final driller. We go 4 for 4 tonight. Gray second, Turnbull third. LB Rumsey 4 and 5. Edens was 6th. Come up that short of picking up 2 tonight. Avila, Tucker, Strickler, Dittmer, Cardwell, Pickle, McMillan, Hazel, Depinet, Roberts, Steinman, and Case through 18. Schaff, Pettit, Black, Shazinski, Hine, and Jonathan Lowe rounded out the field. All right, let's get ready to talk to Graham Huffman. There he is. He is in there. Graham Huffman, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, man. You win and make it 4 winners in 4 races tonight. 55 laps. You led them all, but it had to be taxing with 18 cautions out there tonight.
Oh man, it was hard to get in a rhythm there, having so many yellows, but a couple times it did save me, so I was kind of thankful for it.
Yeah, it seemed like every time you guys would start to get a little run going, then we'd get into yellow fever once again. You had a good run in kind of the middle of the race, 15, 18 laps there. You weren't able to drive away from anybody. They were keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, I kind of knew having so many yellows, I was going to have to be good firing off on those restarts, and I knew Ryland moved to the top. I heard him up there once, and then we had a restart, so luckily that kind of showed me the line, but I felt like I couldn't run the top as good as maybe Ryland could in 3 and 4, maybe getting off the fence. I was kind of hanging the right rear off of 4, and he was getting a little more drive. So kind of between me and him sliding, I found that little slider line in 3 and 4, and from there it was that helped me out a bunch, and it's kind of how we got it done.
Well, you come to do these events, especially this one, for one reason only. You want to be the winner. You won the big race tonight, man. How you feeling about being the champion for 2026?
Oh yeah, it feels really good. I mean, the other classes we were sitting pretty good in starting spot, and kind of struggled through all of those. So I mean, I didn't have very my confidence wasn't that high going into this one, but glad we were able to get it done.
All right, man. Chris Roberts is in here. Chris, you got anything to say to the champ tonight?
Just nice job. I mean, that was I would have liked to have seen some nice long runs there to see how you guys up front raced. But I mean, it's the shootout.
That's right. It is the
Yeah.
shootout. All right, man. Well, Graham, give us some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you go celebrate with all your teammates. Congratulations again, buddy.
I want to thank Slide Job Society, Peter Neuter Fan Club. I want to thank you guys for putting this race on. Really appreciate it. Not many people are putting any things on for the open wheel guys, so I really appreciate that. And that's about it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing
you.
if you come back and defend that thing next year.
Appreciate it.
Graham Huffman, your 2026 Tulsa Shootout Outlaw Non-Wing Champion. Let's real quickly get Rylan Gray down here and talk to him. He finished second. Rylan, you there, bud?
Yeah, hello.
All right, man, a couple of podiums here. You were so close. You almost got him off the line a couple of times.
Yeah, the track just kind of fell off a little bit earlier than I anticipated. I really didn't need it to go slider dominant. It's just the problem was there's all that grip off that corner, so you could kind of just let it wash all the way up and defend, And it was too treacherous to try to make the top work. I wasn't going to wreck myself. Maybe the last lap I could have done it, but I don't know. I feel like I was so close to him every time, that one chance he made a mistake, I would have been there to pounce, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, it looked like the track got super slick. A lot of caution laps, and the track wears a little different under the caution laps. A lot of the line kind of went away just under the pacing, and you're not being able to get any real rhythm because of the cautions. Really, it's kind of a crapshoot at that point. It almost just becomes a one-lane choo-choo train.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, every time you could get a run, and that's the same thing James was saying. James and I know Adam had some really bad luck in that race because every time you'd get by James, the yellow would come back out and James would get his position back. So, yeah, definitely. I think if I could have just had a longer green flag run there, I could have put more pressure on Graham and made him make a mistake, but it just wasn't meant to be.
All right, man. Well, give me some quick shout-outs before we let you get out of here, and I'm going to wish you luck at the Chili Bowl. Like I said, hopefully we're going to come up there next Monday night and visit with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris Ferguson, Motorsports, Blake Majulis, Evan C., Matthew Selby, Joey Ling, Ron Dillon Yeager, everybody at CFM. I've been trying to do the late model stuff with them. I was only 2 spots out this week, and, just learning those cars has been a lot of fun, and I think I can be really quick in them. So, big thanks to them. We're representing them well in these cars as well. We ran, 2 podiums out of the 4, 3 top 5. So I think we were definitely the most consistent of the night, other than maybe Graham. So, yeah, I just got to thank them. And then I got to thank my buddy James for helping tune on the setup with me. It felt really good. We were solid all night.
All right, man. Well, like I said, good luck next week, and hopefully we get a chance to come up to Tulsa and chat with you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Rylan Gray, second tonight. Whoa, and I almost took myself out of the channel. In the Outlaw Non-Wing. And let's real quickly get our third-place driver in here. James Turnbull, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you close it out with a podium. Kind of some tough luck most of the night. You had a shot to get up there maybe once or twice, but, man, those guys up front, they were just super tough.
Yeah, definitely luck was not on our side early in the night, but, the 55 lapper is the one that counts, and we set ourselves up pretty decent to start, 6th, and just kind of rode around and found the top early, and, working with Ryland, I told him the top's in early, and we just made our moves and got slotted, and the track just kept moving on, and, I think that it was a great race, for 55 laps. Track stayed pretty good. It was pretty racy up until, like, the last maybe 20-ish laps, but that's what you get on, these long distance races around the expo center. Like, eventually it's going to blow off. But for the most part, felt like we were fast. Rylan and I were pretty fast, came to the front, and, luck turned around from the previous 3As, so I'm just happy to cap it off on the podium.
Yeah, seemed like all night long the tracks went from being pretty two-line, where you could really do something on the bottom, at least at one end, and something on the other end at the top line, to going just super slick. And I think that's a product of all the cautions as a driver out there. Do you notice when it's starting to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like earlier on when I was making the top kind of work, I noticed on entry it would skate around a little bit more. So I noticed that the track was getting a little bit slicker, and early on the track kept moving up progressively, and with all those cautions, we just roll that track in, it packs it down, and gets it slicker. So fortunately, I set up for really, really late in the A, and it worked out in our favor.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs before I let you go.
Absolutely. I'd just like to thank Factory Cane Suspension and Parker Stone and Co. But once again, thank you guys for putting this race on. I had a bunch of fun all week racing, and I can't wait to do it again for Chili Bowl.
All right, man. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you back.
All right. Thank you, guys.
That's your third place finisher, non-wing outlaw, the finale, James Turnbull. Roberts, it's been an interesting week. I'm just going to start with that.
Yeah, it has. I figured tonight would be the wildest night. I mean, you got everything on the line, that virtual driller. You put 24 cars out there, where the biggest field we had all week long was, I think, like 9, maybe 10. So, yeah.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, actually, and I know tonight, quite a few cautions and things, but when it's time to go get the driller, everybody's going to full send it. And we saw a lot of just, innocent bystander stuff. Guy would just loop it a little bit, and the next thing you know, 2-3 cars are trying to evade him and getting piled in.
Yeah, it's definitely these cars, this track, one little bobble, and you got a bunch of people right on you. And then after the real life Chili Bowl, we're doing our Chili Bowl, and you're going to have a midget going around here, and that's going to be even more dramatic. One little mess up, and it could be pure chaos.
When do you start that?
We will start the Monday after the real Chili Bowl.
Oh,
I think that's like the 19th or something like that.
Yep. You'll have to let the folks know who's going to be able to stream that for you, so everybody can come and watch that, because it should be just as good as this.
It should be.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you inviting us to do this 3 out of the 4 nights, and we got some pretty good racing, a lot of good coverage. So I think it's been a very productive week.
Me too. It was great first event. 157 total entries among the 4 classes, so can't complain about that.
Awesome. Way to kick off 2026, man.
Sure is. Thank you.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here. I want to thank you all for tuning in all week long. It has been an absolute blast bringing this to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like we have seen here all week long, there is nothing for us to cover. So the big high fives, pats on the back to everybody that's involved on both sides of the coin there. Come back and see us as soon as you can. But until you do, peace and love to everybody.